Hi, I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings, and I want to talk to you tonight about planting white plants or chartreuse green plants in your garden. Let's take a look and see just how gorgeous they are in the evening. It's about 9:15 right now in Michigan. It's mid-June, and the sun is just getting ready to set. And the garden is taking on a whole new glow of color. We're gonna head out here towards the butterfly garden. You'll notice that I have it lined with white sun patiens. And the reason I like to use a lot of white in the garden, especially for this time of night, white just glows in the dark. As we get closer here, you can just see how that pops in this garden. The other thing too with these sun patiens is I feel like, especially how we've planted them, kind of lining the whole garden bed, is it really does frame in all of the plants that are in these spaces. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful framing of all the plants. In addition to planting white in the garden, we also think it's a really good idea to plant plants that are shades of chartreuse or yellow. As we head back here towards the hosta or shade garden, you'll notice there's certain colors that are really popping. Of course, it's that white that you're seeing, and also the beautiful pink sun patiens. But in addition to those, it's those chartreuse and yellow plants that are really setting off and creating a lot of contrast. In the hosta garden here, we do like to use a lot of variation of size and texture and colors of hostas. But look at that. Look at all those chartreuse greens just popping. Oh, what's that big yellow one in the center, you say? That is the Aurelia Sun King. That too is another great chartreuse full shade to part shade plant. Look at that. It just glows here in the night. Some of the earlier color, when these plants just start to emerge, you see a lot of that yellow hosta as it's just starting to pop out of the ground. I've got the dark mulch there, and those hostas, they just pop literally out of the ground, but also from a far distance, that yellow really stands out. So if you have garden and you've got maybe some dark spaces, or if you're just looking to create some contrast of color, I challenge you to add in some chartreuse foliage plants along with some white plants that will just give you a beautiful splash of color and create so much contrast and so much interest in your garden. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'd love to answer questions about what some of my favorite chartreuse plants are in the garden. Obviously, my favorite white is the sun patien white, as you're seeing lining the garden beds here. But there's a lot of great varieties, and I'd love to share my favorites with you. Leave a comment below. I'll be sure to get to it. If you're new to our station, feel free to subscribe. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.